Welcome back to my channel. Today, we explore the value of specific coins, the most valuable Washington quarter dollars coins value in market. First up, the 1970 for Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, specifically those in fine condition, and just how valuable they are in today's market. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932, has been a staple of American coinage for nearly a century. In 1974, quarters continued to be produced primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia minted coins are identified by the absence of a mint mark, which is why the 1970 for quarters with no mint mark are from Philadelphia. Now, here's a key detail. Unlike earlier quarters, the 1970 for Washington quarters are not made of silver. Since 1965, quarters have been struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning the coins have a copper core with a nickel outer layer, instead of the 90% silver composition used before 1965. So, if you're hunting for silver in a 1970 for quarter, you're out of luck. But that doesn't mean these coins can't be valuable. Collectors often seek out certain dates, mint marks, and conditions that add to a quarter's worth beyond its metal content. Fine F condition. The coin shows moderate wear, but all major details remain clear. Key features like George Washington's hair, the date, and inscriptions are visible but worn. Coins in fine condition are more common than uncirculated or mint-state coins, making them accessible to everyday collectors. So, what's the value of a 1970 for Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition? Given the copper-nickel composition and mass production, these coins aren't rare, but condition and demand matter. Circulated fine condition, typically worth around $300,000 roughly face value or a slight premium in today's coin market. Prices fluctuate based on demand, silver prices, and collector interest. For the 1970 for no mint mark quarter in fine condition, expect modest returns, usually just a bit above face value. Next up, the 1983 large date quarter with the D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. This coin, in circulated condition, is yet another standout in the realm of high-value U.S. quarters. The 1983 quarter dollar comes from an era when the U.S. Mint was producing coins in the billions, and yet certain varieties within that massive output have become highly prized due to subtle differences in design and minting errors. The large date variety in 1983, particularly the one with the D mint mark, is one such rarity. To understand why this coin commands such a high price, let's start with its historical context. The early 1980s were a time of economic recovery and renewed interest in coin collecting, especially in varieties and errors. Denver D mint mark had become a standard on quarters, replacing the older tradition of mint mark absence on Denver coins. This shift, along with variations in die preparation and production runs, created opportunities for unique varieties such as the large date. The large date designation here refers again to the size and style of the date numerals on the coin's obverse. Compared to the small date, the large date numerals are more pronounced and bold, often easily distinguishable to the trained eye. This difference is not merely aesthetic. It results from a distinct die used during a limited production window. At the Denver Mint, in terms of mintage, the 1983 large date B quarters were struck in significantly lower quantities than their small date counterparts. While the total 1983 quarter mintage was in the hundreds of millions, estimates suggest that only a tiny fraction, around 1 to 2% of the Denver quarters that year, were of the large date variety. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that many of these coins circulated heavily, resulting in fewer survivors in collectible conditions. Design-wise, the 1983 quarter retains the classic John Flanagan Washington bust obverse, with sharp detail and clear lettering. The D mint mark is located just to the right of Washington's ponytail ribbon, a hallmark of Philadelphia minted coins from this period. The reverse design features the traditional eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and olive branches, symbols of America's strength and peace. Collectors prize this coin not only for its rarity, but also for the challenges in identifying and authenticating the large date variety. The distinction requires careful comparison with small date examples, often under magnification, to note the thicker, more robust numerals and subtle die markers. This has made the 1983 large date D quarter a popular target for numismatic research and certification services. Market values for the 1983 large date B quarter in circulated condition have surged in recent years, driven by both rarity and demand from variety collectors and investors. At major auctions, coins graded extra fine or higher have sold for over $500,000, with some exceptional examples fetching even more. This makes it one of the highest valued quarters from the modern era. Despite its originally large production numbers, the collector interest in this coin also stems from its role in the larger story of the U.S. mint's evolution. It represents a time when minting technology and quality control were improving, yet still allowed for significant variations that today form the backbone of valuable modern coin collecting. The 1983 large date D quarter is a testament to the nuances that can elevate even common coins into coveted treasures. Next up, the value of a 1995 D Washington quarter in extra fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the worth of your coins is crucial. Minted at the Denver Mint, the 1995 D Washington quarter is part of the Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. Over 1.1 billion of these quarters were produced, making them relatively common in circulated conditions now. Let's talk about grading. Coins are evaluated based on their condition, ranging from good to mint state. An extra fine grade, or EF40, indicates a coin that has seen some circulation but still retains sharp details and minimal wear in today's market. A 1995 D Washington quarter in extra fine condition typically holds a value of around $250. However, this can vary based on factors like demand and specific market trends. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1995 D Washington quarter, platforms like eBay and AppMex are popular choices. Always ensure you verify the coin's grade and authenticity before making a transaction. To preserve the value of your coin, consider storing it in a protective holder or album. Proper storage can prevent damage and maintain the coin's condition over time. Remember, while the 1995 D Washington quarter in extra fine condition may not be worth a fortune, it's a piece of history that can be a valuable addition to your collection. Keep an eye out for those rare errors, as they can make a significant difference in value. Next up, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. We'll explore what makes this coin special, why collectors are eager to find it, and most importantly, how much it's worth in today's market when it's in extremely fine condition. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, commemorating our first president, George Washington. By 1970, the quarter was well established as a 300.00 coin made primarily of copper nickel-clad composition. That means no silver, which collectors typically prefer. However, even without silver, certain quarters can hold significant value depending on rarity, condition, and mint errors. The 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike the Denver D or San Francisco S mints, Philadelphia did not place a mint mark on quarters during that year, so these coins are identified by the lack of a letter under the eagle on the reverse side. So what makes the 1970 no mint mark Washington quarter special? Unlike some years that have rare errors or low mintages, 1970 quarters were produced in large numbers, over 600 million just from the Philadelphia mint alone. But rarity isn't just about mintage numbers, it's about condition and survivability. Most quarters from 1970 have circulated heavily, meaning they show lots of wear. An extremely fine EF or XF condition coin means the coin has only minor wear on the highest points, and all details are sharp and clear. Coins in F condition from 1970 are quite collectible because they are relatively scarce compared to circulated coins. Also, collectors look for coins with nice toning, good eye appeal, and minimal scratches or cleaning marks. all of which add to the desirability and value on the Sheldon scale used by numismatists. Extremely fine coins show slight wear on the highest points of the design, such as George Washington's hair or the eagle's feathers, but most details remain sharp and well-defined. This may not seem like a huge amount, but remember, these coins were made in the millions, so finding one in extremely fine condition is comparatively rare and valuable among collectors who focus on post-1960 for copper-nickel quarters. Check for the mint mark. Look carefully under the eagle's tail feathers on the reverse side. If there's no D or S, it's from Philadelphia. Examine the condition. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect wear on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. If you believe your coin is in extremely fine or better condition, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin will often sell for a higher price, so while the 1970 Washington quarter no mint mark may not be the rarest or most valuable coin in the world, finding one in extremely fine condition can definitely earn you a few dollars and add an interesting piece to your collection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting insights. Happy hunting!